TAJ, and the Financial Investigations Division, FID, to probe the company's accounts for potential irregularities. According to the report, Mr. Holness is connected with or had financial interests in 3 companies: Imperium, Positive Media, and Estate Bridge. Imperium is wholly owned by Mr. Holness and is a holding vehicle for his assets. A forensic examination of accounts attributed to Mr. Holness and the referenced companies for January 1, 2020 to June 13, 2023 revealed intercompany deposits and withdrawals in excess of $470 million and $427 million, respectively. According to Mr. Stevenson, the transfers are not supported by the apparent capital generated. But Mr. Chung questions the veracity of this claim.
And I'm trying to figure out what the relevance of that finding is, because transactions can move between accounts based on, liquidating one asset, getting a loan, setting it up somewhere else, and set it up somewhere else for use. So, for example, Positive Jamaica, I understand, is a foundation, and you might want to move money from a foundation to another account, which is an investment account, to do transactions. Particularly when I look at Table 6, which is the assets, liabilities, and income held by Mr. Holness, you don't really see any significant positive movement in it. You see that there's movement between US dollar assets and Jamaican dollar assets, but the total of it, it doesn't seem as if there's any significant increase in assets.
The chartered account.
Top of the morning, everybody. Sir Peter Bunting, good morning.
Good morning, Colin. How are you? Good morning to your listeners.
Well, I am not so good, I am confused and worried about my beautiful island home of Jamaica. We were just listening to a nationwide news clip and we heard Dennis Chung. Sounds to me like the Prime Minister's lawyer.
Well, Dennis has been a consistent apologist and defender of Andrew Holness and the JLP. He's one of those hypocrites who portray themselves as a commentator, public commentator, political commentator, and being independent. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the pattern of his interventions, they are all one-sided. They're all defending Andrew Holness and the JLP.
No, Senator, the FID, some people are of the opinion that it is a arm of the JCF. Is it?
No, it falls under the Ministry of Finance, but it is an important law enforcement agency in the architecture of law enforcement in Jamaica.
Right. So it has nothing to do with the JCF then?
The JCF is one of the agencies that cooperate with the FID. So all law enforcement and intelligence agencies in Jamaica, whether the JCF, military intelligence, customs enforcement, TICA, the immigration, MOCA, they would all coordinate on their intelligence gathering and on investigations, on complex investigations.
Let me put an hypothetical to you. Let's say Dennis Chung had 12 years in the security forces as an investigator. Let's say he was a lawyer, so he had a law degree and his chartered accountant degree. And he had made the statements about the Prime Minister's filing with the Integrity Commission. Would those statements, with all the qualification necessary, would those statements still disqualify him from being the head of the FID at this time?
Absolutely. Those are prejudicial statements. Those are statements showing his bias. So to put him in charge of the agency to do those investigations. And let me just pause and say those are not ordinary investigations. It's probably the most important investigation that the FID could possibly have. And therefore, both the investigation into the offense of illicit enrichment by the Prime Minister and the investigation of SSL both have enormous international implications for our reputation, including, by the way, us remaining off the grey list or the blacklist of the Financial Action Task Force, which has huge implications for banking and financial transactions.
Tell me something, Senator Bunting. You have been a parliamentarian, you have been the Minister of National Security on this island. You have the experience. Could the Services Commission choose a commissioner of police without the Prime Minister approving of it, of that person?
That is highly unlikely. The truth of the matter is they're hiding behind the Services Commission right now. But the Services Commission would not have come up with the job description and the minimum qualifications for both academic and professional experience. These would have been developed by the ministry. And this big hypocrisy about, we followed process. You can design a process to give you a particular outcome.
Yes.
So if you follow a corrupt process, that is not an excuse for or not a justification for saying we follow the process. It is a corrupt process. We know the earlier ads for the posts had more appropriate qualifications. We also know, and listen out over the next couple of days, we also know that there were applicants who met those qualifications.
Because you one of my questions, Senator Bunting, because I was going to ask if we know of any of the other persons who had applied.
I am certain that there were other applicants who met the qualification.
Tala.
Stop right there.
And Dennis Chuck.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do, we shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. First Monday of 2026, we cross over and we continue. It's just a bridge. It's the continuation of life. A new 360. Blessings, everybody. Welcome to Portland Spice TV. My name is Colin Anthony Bell. Government name. Shaka fame. The people's name. Colin Anthony. Musical presenter, radio name. Just like the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit have many names, but it's one Jesus Christ, one Colin Anthony Bell, all in the same. We welcome you this evening, and on this, the first Monday, we're playing a clip from an interview we did. Yeah? An interview we did on the 31st of May, 2025. It was a live show. We cut the clip and we post the clip on that day. This interview here with Peter Bunting, we discussed Dennis Chung. And we are going to allow you to listen again, because this Dennis Chung thing here is one of the things that has revealed itself that what the PNP said made sense. What we in media said made sense. What those in civil society said made sense. That Dennis Chung at this time, and you listen to the interview, you hear that clearly in it. At this time, with the Prime Minister's statutory filing, priority number one. I don't care if you don't think it's priority. The Prime Minister's statutory filing is priority number one, can't be nothing else. And we are saying to you that Why you placing a man there to go step aside? Him not did it and the case come there. So you say, well, he has already been there. The case is what is new. He's new. The case was before him. And he also admitted in his interview, which we're going to play some height in a little while. He admitted in his interview saying, you know what the man said? The man said, once there is a hint of perceived biasness or corruption or anything of the sort, you ought to step aside. No, the fact that it was there, you shouldn't go there. I want to finish this interview here with Peter Bunting. I want to call everybody. Share up the live for me. 2026, let's grow this channel here, Portland Spice TV. And let's do more diligent work, information, educating the people right here on Portland Spice TV. And this is representation of the work what we do. We speak the things, truth to power. The truth and the whole truth. And here it is, revealing that this evening, we can play about this clip here with Peter Murcott Bunting. I'm going to tell you, is an exemplary leader, this brother here too, you know. The brother have talent. We spoke about him first standing up against the wanton use of states of emergency when we were saying that states of emergency is not necessary to bring down murders. So all who want chat can beat the facts. And we can find the receipts. We can show you the receipts. And we're going to show you the receipts with Peter Bunting standing up against the continuous use of states of emergency, locking up a lot of innocent people. So, I'm going to play this clip here. I'm going to continue it. And Dennis Chung, by your knowledge of Dennis Chung, have no experience in law enforcement in investigating financial crimes.
Absolutely none. And in fact, the JLP is peddling a lie that he has experience or he has qualifications in forensic accounting. Dennis has no qualifications in forensic accounting. And I challenge them to publish any certificate that he has to the contrary.
And as far as we know, no experience in ever investigating any financial crime.
Absolutely. In fact, Dennis has been the subject of investigations by the Office of the Country General, resulting in his having to resign from the board and the procurement committee of the JUTC.
Tell us
back
about
in
that.
2008.
Give us some details about that, because I heard you brought it up yesterday in another interview.
All right, let me find an article quickly as I'm talking to you. See if I can pull up something.
Well, I think I have
from the
something
time.
from the article.
2008, of course, is a long time ago. So you will understand that my memory of it is going to be not precise. But here's an article I just pulled up. December 6, 2008. Gleaner. Lead stories. Resignations hit JUTC board. Procurement trio walk. Chung, Sangster, and Barrett. The expected fallout from the latest scandal at the JUTC, this is the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, started yesterday with the resignation of 3 board members and the acting president going on leave. Ray Barrett, Dennis Chung, and Bindley Sangster tendered their resignations to Transport Minister Mike Henry yesterday, hours after the JUTC board admitted that there were several breaches of the government's procurement guidelines at the state-owned bus company. The three men were members of the procurement committee of the JUTC and had been rapped on the knuckles by Contractor General Greg Christie for failing to take action to ensure that the bus company awarded contracts fairly. And I
We
could
can
go on and
seize,
on,
we
but
can
I will
seize
send
there.
you the
Yeah.
article.
We can seize there because I just showed the article on the screen to some of my viewers as well. Now,
Okay.
Senator Bunting, Dennis Chung is supposed to take up office Monday morning. If he takes up that position Monday morning, what are the options or what is it that the People's National Party is going to be doing or thinking of doing?
Well, there are a number of options, of protest options. Certainly, street protests would be at the top of the agenda. And we're not talking about stopping people from going about their business or blocking roads.
Right.
That's
definitely.
not what we're talking about. We're talking about peaceful protests where persons come out to demonstrate that enough is enough. And it's time to rescue Jamaica from this corrupt regime. The audacity, the dry eye approach of the Prime Minister to appoint somebody who will, who has already come out and stated their position on his investigation as the person to lead the agency investigating him is really an embarrassment and is really an insult to the people of Jamaica. And I don't think they're going to allow this to just go so. So the PNP is going to provide leadership, but we are not alone. All well-thinking Jamaicans are appalled by this brazen, corrupt appointment made by the Andrew Holness government. It may be favor or the Services Commission that is the hand, But as you know in the Bible, it says the hand is the hand of Esau, but the voice is the voice of Jacob. And
There you heard Peter Bunting telling you about this issue here with Dennis Chung. And the thing where we are telling our people is that when we talk, we analyze the thing by the data and rationally. It's not about gut feelings. Truth is clear. Morality can be visible. Yeah? And when we see things where we know it's not clear, we talk about it. Now listen to Dennis Chung.
Directors, and they said to me, even before I said it, they said, Mr. Chung, we will not discuss this case with you because we want to protect you. Right? So I never even deal with it. They were the ones who sat and they deal with it. So in terms of the status and everything, they're dealing with it.
So you're saying to me, you don't know the status?
No.
And that status has not been communicated to. So you don't know or you weren't told?
I wasn't told. I don't know.
And you've not sought to find out?
No, I don't, because they update me on other things, but they said to me, listen, we are not going to
touch that matter
with you.
Do you know if the persons who have charge in the FID of making that communication to the Integrity Commission have so communicated?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? Hear you on that. In terms of is there a clock on it before I leave that? Is there a clock? Has the Integrity Commission written back to say that we need something back by X time?
I don't know.
And you've not sought to know?
No.
And the staff have not told you?
No.
And you have no interest in asking them?
No.
That's one thing, the Prime Minister's business in this matter. You're saying that you have no interest in it.
Right.
Did you sit on any of those committee meetings to deliberate about the task assigned to the FID by the Integrity Commission?
No, I might have sat in one thing where they asked me to do some things, to sign some things, but the deliberation of it in terms of the final thing.
You've recused yourself from those deliberations.
Yeah.
And you recused yourself not because the Chief Technical Director is supposed to recuse himself, but you opted to.
Right. And based on their advice. Because
they advised you to recuse yourself.
Right.
And you've only been to one deliberation, you say?
Right.
A full deliberation, or you sat there for part of the meeting?
Not a full. They deal with it. They deal with
You've washed your hands of it, Pontius Pilate style.
yeah. Because the fact that in terms of the decisions around it, it is, and this is why I sort of understand the opposition and their stance.
Yes.
It once something appears to be a conflict,
yes,
I think you have a responsibility.
Yes.
Even when you sit on a board, to say there's a possible conflict based on what people are saying. Might be true or not, but good governance say remove yourself from the decision making. So, when we have a case, for example, it's not just the FID, as some people think, just sit on it. But we have to work with MOCA, we have to work with the DPP, we have to work with the Integrity Commission, we have to work with TAJ and Customs, So progress is always made. I mean, and you'd have seen that we've had certain successes in certain cases. So the anti-right case, for example, we had worked
That's the
extensively
in-sport fraud, the $200 million
with
fraud.
MOCA, right? There are other cases in terms of asset recovery and that sort of thing, and other things you see we publish from time to time, right? So we do make the progress, but what people need to understand is that one of the things we do is ensure, and people might complain that cases take a while sometimes. We have to ensure that when we get to the point of charging someone, that we are almost 100% certain, because we don't want to go out
it might delay it a little bit.
Yes.
But the thing is logged when it comes in.
Yes.
So people will know the person who sent it.
Yes.
And the person who logged it will know it was sent. Exactly. So it can't.
As a public commentator deemed favorable to wholeness, according to the PNP and sections of civil society, Mr. Chung was unfit to lead the organization now tasked with furthering the probe. However, Chung says he would be unable to sway any such investigation from the chair of the chief technical director.
If it comes to my desk and then I just hide it, then it might delay it a little bit.
Yes.
But the thing is logged when it comes in.
Yes.
So people will know the person who sent it.
Yes.
And the person who logged it will know it was sent. Exactly. So it can't be hidden.
And your word in that committee deliberation on that matter, does your word carry more weight than everybody else's collectively?
No. In fact, my word carries less weight because the expertise are with the other persons in terms of determining the substance of a case is really the director of investigation or the head of the CFU. They are the
Stop. I have a caller holding. McCalla, you still there?
Yeah, Mr. Bell.
Hold on the trunk, hold on there. People, I want to listen them thing, I really want to listen, because when you listen to this, you understand where knowledge lies and where the truth comes from. Yeah? You listen to it. Yes, Drunkro, where I say?
Afternoon, Mr. Bell and your listeners.
Bless up, and welcome.
It's so amazing. It's so amazing. The mere fact say Mr. Chunga did have to do all of that explanation. It's a clear indication that he should not have appointed in that position. Not have been appointed in that position.
Absolutely.
The mere fact say you have to explain, say the evil resemblance of anything of you being in the knowing of the Prime Minister. The mere fact say you need to come and explain that. You should not have been in that post.
And the other directors at the FID find it important to sideline you on this matter. But you know what just came to my mind, Drunkro? And when you see me take up a notepad a while ago, was this a ploy to weaken the FID? Was Dennis a tool weakening the FID?
Not only that, what they are doing right now, they are setting the stage right now, for throughout whatever investigation there is.
Yeah,
so
but
this protection we hear them talk about them are protect him. I them really are protect for say when them throw out the case
I know
them
him,
now
I
want
know
the
him get
backlash, come
blamed.
back, come lick him.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
caller.
because automatically that people are gonna say. Which are that people are already I say. Say the Prime Minister put him friend in the position to throw the case. Because that gonna happen.
When you listen to Dennis now, John Crow, you wonder if Dennis even know what happened to him. Because for you to come to the public and say to you, the public that we couldn't do nothing to sway the case because the technical skills no rest with me, the expertise no rest with me. And the other man them know that me don't know nothing. And them have to tell me whether this can make a case or it can't make a case. No, what should have happened, you know? The FID should have been strengthened by the addition of a chief technical director. So the game of the man them play, where we have said them put him there for dash with the case, them just put him there as a figurehead. Weaken the institution. That's what.
But even though you make a statement like that, say in swaying of case or whatsoever, is there a case to be swayed?
But when me I say caller, Dennis in this interview sound like he was bamboozled. He not even know what take him. The man don't even know what. You don't listen to one of the interview, brother. You listen to man in the interview.
It's a fly, man.
No,
it's a
people
man.
tell me
it's a
them
fly.
have something that makes sense. Them have something that make no sense.
It's a ply, man. It's a ply. The whole entire aim and the plan was for going there, appoint him friend, a trusted friend, a close friend of his, to look over the evidence and get rid of what they need to get rid of. You understand? That's my view of it. That is my whole view of it. This is just a sham and apply by you try build the narrative from now. We try plant the seed in the people in head from now. To say Dennis Strong now have nothing to do with the outcome when the outcome really come. Right, simple as that.
No man, right this right there, brother. Right there, so when
I tell people already, you know. I tell people already say, yo, it's a labor right, I only fool alone labor right. I only idiot alone labor right can't trick, you know. Labor right can't trick me. I only idiot alone labor right can't trick.
John,
you can't trick me.
We pick them up. We pick them up from afar upon this, you know. You see this channel here?
Yeah, what's it?
You see this channel here? We pick them up. My listeners, my viewers, my subscribers. Wanna listen to this? Me I go play back Peter Bunting one more time, John Crow. Where Peter Bunting said on this channel.
Put up the picture. Put up the picture with Dennis Strong and Andrew Owens and Babsy Grange. Or even the one when them a cycle together. I ride bicycle together. And play back what Dennis Strong really has said. And look how it look. It don't look good, it don't look good, it don't smell good. There's no way you should have been able to come out and explain yourself. Say, boy, me have to take with myself. And them have to take with themselves from me. There's no, you should not have been there. Simple as that.
No, but
you should not have been there.
This now shows what civil society, people in the media, the PNP, what we were all saying, Dennis Strong wasn't fit for the position, especially at this time when he has already made comments about the case. All right.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to talk to Raleigh in a little while, but I want to play back what Peter Bunting said. All right, brother.
Respect.
Respect. Peter Bunting said it. By your knowledge of Dennis Strong, I've no experience in law enforcement in investigating financial crimes.
Absolutely none. And in fact, the JLP is peddling a lie that he has experience or he has qualifications in forensic accounting. Dennis has no qualifications in forensic accounting. And I challenge them to publish any certificate that he has to the contrary.
And as far as we know, no experience in ever investigating any financial crimes.
Absolutely. In fact, Dennis has been the subject of investigations by the Office of the Country General, resulting in his having to resign from the board and the procurement committee of the JUTC
Tell us
back
about
in
that.
2008.
Give us some details about that.
Well,
Because
Peter,
I heard you brought...
Listen, Dennis Chung now. Listen, Dennis.
Persons who I rely on to tell me if this thing has substance.
The FID head went
Hold
further.
on. Come back.
This is collectively. What?
In fact, my word carries less weight because the expertise are with the other person.
Yes.
In terms of determining, the substance of a case is really.
What Peter Bunting did say? What Peter Bunting did say?
By your knowledge of Dennis Chung, have no experience in law enforcement,
However,
in
Chung says he would be
investigating financial crimes.
Absolutely none. And in fact, the JLP is peddling a lie that he has experience or he has qualifications in forensic accounting. Dennis has no qualifications in forensic accounting. And I challenge them to publish any certificate that he has to the contrary.
And as far as we know, no truth.
Able to sway any such investigation from the chair of the chief technical director.
If it comes to my desk and then I just hide it, then it might delay it a little bit.
Yes.
But the thing is logged when it comes in.
Yes.
So people will know the person who sent it.
Yes.
And the person who logged it will know it was sent. Exactly. So it can't be hidden.
And your word in that committee deliberation on that matter, does your word carry more weight than everybody else's collectively?
No. In fact, my word carries less weight because the expertise are with the other person.
Yes.
In terms of determining the substance of
Why?
a case is really the director of investigation or the head of the CFU. They are the persons who I rely on to tell me if this thing has substance.
The FID head went further. He says he's deliberately kept himself out of the loop as it relates to the probe into the Prime Minister's affairs. Chung says up to this date, he has no knowledge of the inner workings of the Holness investigation and has neither been given...
So, it come clear now. What they did. Is my mic is a too low? What they did was weaken the FID. In fact, I think it was a month or so ago before that, or 2 months, Peter Bunting came out and said that the government was not appointing people to the FID that the FID needs, so the FID was weak. Man, just throw a man there and say, you go on there. We don't want nobody we're going to add to the investigative skills, the investigative know-how of the FID. So Dennis Chung was a ploy to weaken the FID. Well, them say it. Madam Producer, no we. After them interview, we listen to. After them interview, we listen to. Them wouldn't speak to we, them give them interview to them people. Fine. We listen. We listen. Because we're there on the play field. So everything we are going, we listen to everybody. Of course we listen. There might be a 1 man or 2 man we will not listen to. Because it don't make no sense. Them not have no substance. And them not even have a good prop. Them just lie. So we not listen to them. But anybody where get people interviews like this, we not miss it. We listen. And therefore, this is blatant. Blatant. Dennis Chung and the GLP. Just put a man at the job to give him some money. You have a big case that come up. And you know the man can't touch that case there. But you tailor the requirements to fit him. Nah, man. This not good. Hello, good evening. Yes, caller, good evening. Don't listen to the instrument in the background. It's going to throw you off. The delay is too big.
Evelyn, Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir.
So the question, so the FID is weekend, right?
Yes.
And then the IC, they must say the IC blunder in the investigation. That means
I'm gonna tell you something.
Mr. Holness must get away.
Jamaica is in problem. The IC is trying to do its work, but we have seen signs of compromise and maybe fear in members of the Integrity Commission. You understand? The Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, should have been charged under at least one occasion by the Integrity Commission, and they choose not to. So right there, so them lower the bar. And from that point, I am seeing a lack of confidence with the former Director of Public Corruption Prosecution and the Director of Investigation. And it is my view that the reason why the second matter was not referred to the Director of Corruption Prosecution, it was a lack of confidence from the Director of Corruption Investigation.
Yeah, you did say that the director of corruption, the IC prayer to give her the report.
That is my view.
Yes, boy, them believe say she never go charge Andrew.
Because on the case with the Wisconsin, she said she found enough evidence on the first and on the second count to charge the Prime Minister. However, she wasn't going to charge the Prime Minister because the amount of time that has passed. There was no statute of limitation on those charges. And therefore, she should allow justice to take its course in the court.
Yeah, so the IC didn't have any confidence in her. That's why they never give her the report.
That is
the second, to the FID.
The second report. That is my view. I don't know if you share that view. That is not a factual statement. That is my analysis and opinion of the situation.
It is out there say the IC blunder. And no, the FID is weakened. That means the Andrew get away.
Well, you see, but let me tell you something. You know the problem, though? The larger court, which is the court of public opinion, majority of the people are on the side of corruption and is supporting wrongdoing. So when the court of public opinion should have held the GLP accountable on the 3rd of September, the majority of who voted side with them. Maybe 10,000 more persons or 3,000, whichever one. I think at 3,000 or 4,000.
That is why I said to you, I said, not now come out of them this thing here, because the whole entire thing corrupt.
Yeah, the thing
corrupt everybody.
And there's a fear factor. There is a fear factor. And there's a bullyingism. When you listen to the supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party and the vloggers, it's pure bully. And you can't go up on them platform. You can't talk to them. You understand? And that's why we are inviting them to talk to us.
They not come chat. No, man. They not talk to you.
Because they have to come decent. Once you come decent and have an argument, because I want to have this discussion with them, you know. The discussion of facts and truth over lies.
Yeah, they don't want to face the card. They're not going to answer them the question.
Chala. But this is blatant, my brother.
The system co-op back, and I'm not confident in them.
And this has now vindicated the position of civil society, those of us in the media space and in the public space who said this was wrong, and also the People's National Party who said this was wrong. And when you listen to this interview, if you still believe this is right, then God help you.
Well, the hard of the day. The hard of the day in Jamaica, everything is wrong. Somebody not defend right.
Wow.
So it's a serious problem.
Yes, brother.
That man is a figurehead. A man there on your screen is a figurehead.
Yeah. Them just throw him in.
It's a friend and company thing.
It's not about somebody competent to run the organization. It is about putting one of us, any one of us,
Man.
any one of us, not even not qualify one of us, any one of us, them say put in.
Simple as that friend thing. Yeah, your friend a pay there. So they want business, they go to for work.
All right,
and
brother.
to just follow.
Madam Producer. Thank you, my brother. Thanks for the call.
All right, my brother.
Respect. 876-804-7072. What a people them. What a people them. Auntie Winnie.
Hi, good night, sir. How are you, Mr. Bell? Listen, this man Trump, they throw him in there to try and throw the case off for Andrew. He knows everything because he said there's nothing wrong with anyone having 28 bank account. He knows he's a liar. But the next thing, if they throw the case for Andrew, what about the charity money? Can he be charged for that?
Which one are the charity money?
The charity money that the IC found that Andrew did use.
But all of them something there, you know, would add up to what the Prime Minister would be charged for.
But he got to be charged for that. If he don't charge for nothing else, it's for charge for stealing the charity money. And if it wasn't the IC, we wouldn't have get that money for the charity. That's what he got to be charged. He got to be charged because if the IC did not check to see that about this charity money, and you wouldn't have get the money back.
But you see, Auntie Winnie, you see those people who agree, hold on, Auntie Winnie. You see those people who agree for the country just continue with this Prime Minister, with this situation hanging over his head. It's a bunch of hypocrites, you know. They wouldn't accept it from nobody else, you know.
But the trouble is, you see, wait, the one is holding on to him. That man have to be giving them real money, and all of them in the JLP, they're tainted. There's 9 or 10 of them there. Should be able to. We should know who they are, but they're not. They don't care. Like there's a bunch of criminals. But
the question we need to ask if Xavier Main is one of the persons that was under investigation for illicit enrichment, because we see with the IC is now charging him. Is he one of them?
Well, he got to be in it. Let me tell you, sir, Andrew, if he don't charge for nothing else, he got to be charged for stealing the charity money. He's a damn thief, and there is nothing. No one can say he didn't take it. It proved that he take it and invested in business, and he must be charged for it. Because if you, sir, did take a charity money and use it, they would lock you up.
What you mean? Then I must.
So Andrew, he should step down him. This man have no shame. He's just a born liar. This man, every time he sees money, it's like his sticky finger hold on to it like a glue, not to let go.
Well, the truth about it though, Carla, is that he has not been charged for stealing or anything of the sort. And we have to remember that. The Prime Minister has not been charged for anything at all.
Yeah,
right?
But
he has been referred for further investigation. We can't. I don't think it is right for you to call the Prime Minister a thief. I don't agree with that, and I'll tell you why.
Well, then I tell you that, but it's like stealing. If you take a charity money, that's stealing.
Hold on. The Prime Minister is accused of using charity money, and it's not it's not a mere accusation. The former chairman of the Integrity Commission said, and I quote, "These are not just reports. These are statements of facts." That is coming from an organization at the parliament. Yeah.
So, sir, if you did use charity money, then it should go to the poor.
They would have charged me.
What they call? So what that is then?
And that is why there are people who are having serious issues with the IC itself. And that is why some people believe that the IC is fearful of charging the Prime Minister. Because based on that fact, a charge should have been laid. And that's why I am positing the view that it is a fear issue and a lack of confidence in the office of the Director of Corruption Prosecution. Because from the case before, there was a case before, right? With a company called Wiscon. Where from the time the Prime Minister was Education Minister. And the Director of Corruption Prosecution said she found enough evidence at the time to charge the Prime Minister on 2 counts.
So why did she charge it?
Exactly.
So why did she do it?
And that is where some of us are coming from that says, no, this not look good. This look like some fear issue or some favoritism issue. Because people are cursing Kevin Stevens, you know. I said Kevin Stevens bias. But what about those of us who are looking at this thing and said, here are some clear court case where the Integrity Commission is saying these are evidence-based. We have the evidence, they have facts, we can prove them here. Yeah? And the Director of Corruption Prosecution choose not to charge. But people are jumping down on Kevin Stevens and now see the Director of Corruption Prosecution who said in her report, I found enough evidence on the first and the second matter case to charge the Prime Minister. But because so much time has passed, me now go charge him.
Is
that the responsibility?
It's not 7 years. So
no, but there's no statute of limitation on it either.
None. And as a Prime Minister that leading a country, you should set an example.
So I don't know. I don't know. Some people are jumped down on Kevin Stevens. The man said, find this. Said the Prime Minister used charitable funds, buy stocks and bonds for himself. And the Prime Minister might tell you how much mistake the bank make. Our Prime Minister so lucky for the bank and make so much mistake with the Prime Minister account. That forgot the court. Evidence must be presented in the court of law. And if the Prime Minister bust a case, in bust a case. And if he found guilty, he found guilty.
All I can tell you,
the office of the Prime Minister is the highest office on the land. The standard must be higher than any other office. There should be no hint of corruption in the office of Prime Minister. Let me tell you, a hypocrite. The man Prime Minister do this.
The man going work and him Reed going work because I do not trust the justice system in Jamaica anymore. You know why? From Paul Buchanan case. And if you dig deep with that judge, just dig deep and see who the judge is friendly with. There should be no case like high-profile case tried in Jamaica. None. Because the big up will walk. They will walk and they will give him a gold medal for what they have done, and that's it.
No, but if a man, Anti-winning, you see, if a man not guilty, I want him walk too. I want justice to be served. And to be seen to be served. Justice me I can't find.
I'm only sorry for the poor man that do a little scamming and get prison, and a big man that should know better.
Me not sorry for the poor man. Me not sorry for the Anthony. I am not sorry for the so-called little man with scam and getting time. Me not sorry for him. Me vex that when the big man scam, him not get no time. If you scam, you must get your time. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what the young ones are looking at. Look, him just get rid of scamming and don't get time, and I do a little scamming and get time. Enough fear.
But you see,
they should set an example.
No, but they must.
I never know.
They must understand that everybody in Jamaica must understand that you have a responsibility to choose and to put in a system that will stand for one law. If you support a system that says 2 laws, then 2 laws you're going to get. Where are you going to get if that's the system you support?
Well, I tell you something. Not one of them in the JLP. To me, hands are clean, and the money that come to help to the people, there's no money. How can a prime minister say they spent 25 million? Where they spending 25 million on? What did they do with it? What did they spend?
Anthony, hold on. You mean $225 million?
Yes.
What you mean what they do with it?
They didn't spend it on the people.
What you mean they didn't spend it on people? Of course they did. Anthony, it's $225 million they say, you know. Aunt Winnie, hold on. Aunt Winnie, yeah. It's not $2.5 billion them say, you know. Aunt Winnie, don't make them get used to figures, Aunt Winnie. You listen to this program regular and you hear we talk about billions. Yes. $225 million to be spent on the people in just the West alone since Hurricane Melissa is wickedness. Is almost murder. $225 million. That a money? And that money could not satisfiably feed the 400,000 or 500,000 people in our West for 1 week.
Yeah, but stop it.
Stop it. Aren't we going to stop it? $225 million. And hold on. Remember, 50 million of that was spent before the hurricane. Aren't we? That is not no money.
And
when the government tell you that, hold on.
It just take a cup of water.
Yeah, when the government tell you that the outburst should be what? Then the people are starving. Where the people get? If you calculate that, Aunt Winnie, it is absolutely the wickedest thing. It's tell the government we how wicked and uncaring they are. And we are see the wrong. We are say, Lord, then thief money. Thief what? They not thief no money out of that. They didn't spend no money on the people them.
They didn't spend a cent.
They didn't spend no money on the people them. You see, if it wasn't people like us who carry things down there, all Jamaican who carry those people would have died for hunger under this government.
Oh my God. They would have dead long time. They would have dead.
You don't talk, man. We need to stop.
None.
People need to stop and brace.
But you see, God, I believe in God the Almighty, the Father of heaven and earth. Listen to me. They are going to suffer. One already suffer with him heart already now, you know, and it's more to come. God is watching. Andrew, stop doing what you're doing to the people. You have enough money to last you to be 100 years old. Stop it, no man. Give the poor people any money, you know. Help them to find somewhere to live. How would you like to know you live right now you did live in a 2-bedroom house, board house, and it did fall down and you didn't have nowhere to go. Think about that. Think about that, Andrew. Think about that. What would your mother and father do when you was a child and the board house fall down? Just think about that. Good night, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Aunt Winnie. I want to stop every well-thinking person out there. I want to stop the foolishness about how much money the man them spend. $225 million. Well, go on, brother. You ready? Hold on. $225 million. Almost 2 weeks after the hurricane. I want to talk about that. I don't understand, no? How? That is money? How many times we have done the calculation here and shown us say $225 million is not no portion of money. The government couldn't thief nothing out of that. Hold on, caller. $225 million is chump change. The government in at that time should have spent maybe $2 billion helping people, getting people back on their feet. Raleigh, good evening. Raleigh. Hold on there. Yeah, Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
What go on, brother?
Yeah, man, we're there, man.
I'm trying to convince my people to stop talking about $225 million spent since hurricane to feed people. That is nothing.
Yeah, man.
That is absolutely nothing. It's not $250 billion we're talking about. If they had said 250 billion, I believe that would have been adequate and that would be something to look into. This announcement that they spent $225 million is a crying shame. That is all you spend since the hurricane to assist people. You are uncaring. It shows a lack of action, a lack of sympathy for the people. And that tell me.
Yeah, man. Foolishness.
Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
First Monday of 2026. Give the people an update of what go on the Jamaican economy, what is happening, what is new. Venezuela leader has been taken out. What does that mean to the Caribbean and to Jamaica? Give us a rundown on it. Ralston Hyman.
Well, what happened today is that the government will be in the market on Friday with two treasury bills, one 91 day, one 182 day, and trying to raise 1.4 billion to help fund the budget. Dollar closed at 159.47 today. Yeah, that was the kind of BOJ activity today.
The government, you say, will be in the market this week.
Yeah, man, with two treasury bills.
What's the interest rate? What's the interest on those?
Well, those are auction driven, so them don't give a rate on that. The people who are putting the money will determine the rate, it's not them one.
The people them who are putting the money will determine the rate that they want. So here we go again. Government paper.
Yeah, man.
Government spending.
That's borrowing to spend.
Government.
Borrowing to spend. Yep, borrowing to spend.
Government borrowing to spend. Hold on, Raleigh.
I want you to appreciate that when I tell you that I shudder to think what could happen, it is because I lived through FinSac and I saw people suffering as a result. I saw what happened, how the entrepreneurial class was totally destroyed, wiped out, not only by bad economic policies related to how banks were regulated, but it was also destroyed because it created a false notion that investing in government paper was really investing. It created...
So, this is now going to create lazy business people, Raleigh.
Yeah, man, the same thing, man. The more time the Prime Minister tries to sound intelligent and him just sounds very foolish.
We have a caller holding. Let me take the call. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We have the Professor Ralston Hyman in the house.
Yes, good. Good afternoon, Colin. From last time I talked to you, Happy New Year.
Same to you, my dearest.
And to Ralston Hyman, thank God for him using the social media spaces to edify, educate, and sometimes entertain, because you have to put some fun in it just to, for people to even understand and digest. So we appreciate you, Ralston, in many, many ways, especially in the diaspora. We adore you, and I listen to Colin's program just for the purpose of hearing what it is that you're going to say. But before I come back to Ralston, two things, something you said earlier, Colin, about the hypocrisy of Andrew Holness and his administration and all the persons who support his wanton disrespect and disregard for rule of law, the Constitution, and the people of Jamaica.
Yes.
Remember when Mama P was Prime Minister, and he said he could not sit in the Parliament with Richard Azan?
Yeah, that them thing that we are talking about.
You need to play that on loop, because you don't want anybody accuse you of spreading lies and misinformation.
Yes.
So you need to play that on loop. And you remember when he came out and he said that you must go and talk to the people in government and you must hold the Jamaican people or well-thinking Jamaican must
stop making excuses for government.
And
you choose a government to lead.
On loop. Exactly. So play those on loop to remind people of his own words. Because whenever you, first of all, if you want to know that Andrew is not telling the truth, he has an adverse reaction to truth, his mouth is moving. And another thing too, every accusation from Andrew Holness is a confession. So you just have to, listen and take everything that he says with a grain of salt. But back to Ralston and the economy. I was speaking with somebody on the weekend about investing in Jamaica and the climate of investing in Jamaica and saying, given what has happened with SSL, is it even prudent for any person outside of the Jamaican space and even in Jamaican space to even consider investing in Jamaica right now? And also, how does he see this government now with this finance minister who doesn't even know what it is, if she's coming or she's going? How does he see it playing out going forward? Is it tenable? Because for those of us on the outside looking in, it is painful. So I'm going to hang up and I'm going to listen to his answer. All right.
You heard it, caller, Ralston.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead.
Well, trust me, if we are going to be able to repose the confidence of the international community, then something will have to be done about this financial team, not just the finance minister, but the entire team. So the caller is quite right to be very skeptical about investing in Jamaica under the current finance minister and the current financial team. So that skepticism is well founded.
Raleigh, we spoke about the government going into the market. When do we expect to hear from the Andrew Holness-led administration a breakdown of what they are going to be spending as it relates to the relief of Melissa right here, starting in the first quarter of the calendar year?
Well, we should
Hold on, caller.
We should have heard from them already. So it can't be too early. Yeah? So we can't wait until the budget in March to hear. We want to hear now.
And last week we were talking and we were saying what it is that we expect to hear from the government. I did say Monday, they haven't spoken as yet.
Yep. We expect to hear that from him in his New Year's message.
But how can it be that we're leaving these things? When does Parliament start again?
Well, I can't remember now. I think it's sometime next week or the week after. Well, the next parliamentary session, we expect to hear something.
But shouldn't it be a case, really, where we come back after the Christmas holiday early and sharp based on what we are dealing with right now? Is this showing any priority of dealing with the crises in the West?
If they're on top of things, would have heard already, as I said, whoever prepared his New Year's message, that is what you should have come and tell us in the New Year's message. Yeah? This thing is impatient of debate. Yep.
What should we take from the time that the government is taking to kick off things, so to speak?
Don't know what they're doing.
Raleigh, I saw a news clip saying that the government delivering trucks to JPS. I don't understand it. I asked the question yesterday morning, and I'm asking you now if you can assist me. Is it that the government bought some trucks and give to JPS, or they get some truck from a country and give them to JPS? Or is some of the trucks will come to go back where they come from?
I heard about the trucks, but I don't know what is the source.
I want to know. The handing over of trucks to JPS.
That's what we're talking about, the whole thing about transparency in the operation of the recovery process.
Hopefully
that's what we're talking about transparency. You know?
The Minister of Finance was there. The energy minister was there and the prime minister was there. So that's a high level.
That's the highest level.
Yeah.
That's the highest level you can go to.
Anybody understand? Can anybody assist us, please? The delivery, the handing over of trucks to JPS. Is it that the government bought some trucks, give to JPS? Or is it that trucks come from another country that will be going back after the end of the work? So these are trucks that come with the linesmen. What is this handing over of trucks to JPS? We want to know. Ralston, anything more on this loan to JPS?
No more information apart from the Prime Minister says that he's happy to be doing it and he will do it again. Same old argument.
And we don't have no problem with it. $150 million loan to JPS, people. We don't have no problem with it, With the concept of the loan. It's about how it was done and the information that the country needs to have. Questions that we are asking that they refuse to answer or cannot answer. Anything, Raleigh, about the team that will be going to the multilaterals to discuss this?
No information on those things.
But are these things that the public have a right to know, the media ought to know?
Of course, and the opposition in the next session of Parliament must raise these questions.
Who sits on this team? They had a question, Raleigh. I know I'm bowling you all over the shop today because the information not available. Who are the members of the NARA? We must hear that now. That must be out.
I haven't heard that at all. No, sir.
Government is on recess while the people in the West suffer. Is that a fact?
Well, clearly.
Government is on recess in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. What is this?
Madness, man. It can't be. Oh, that must be.
Andrew, most honorable.
Well, what I'm picking up here is that the trucks were part of the 150 million loan.
The trucks were a part of the $150 million loan. So JPS buy some truck. Oh?
Buy some truck.
That them tell we say.
Yeah, man.
And that Darrell say $75 million a month to pay linesmen. What are them people, man? What are people here?
Well, that's what we are picking up now.
The trucks is from the $150 million loan.
Yeah, man. It couldn't be from nowhere else, man. Yeah, man. Naturally.
Ralston, is the government equipped to take over JPS by 2027?
No, sir.
So, is the government, does the government have a company ready to take over JPS?
Not that I know of, and that is not an easy thing to do in the current international environment.
And I have gone out on a limb. I've gone out on a limb already, and say JPS have knowledge that they are going to be getting another 8 to 10 years.
Yeah, man. Remember the argument about the 450 million coming out of the $2.4 billion, man.
Right there, sir. Right
there,
sir.
Man.
People, we analyze the thing here, We analyze. We not just talk what people say. We look at the data and we can see the way forward. And we have the professor who know all of the data. So, Ralston, when the country, let's look forward. When the country steps into 2026 with the devastation of Hurricane Melissa in the West, people still sleeping under tarpaulin, people are still in the Petersfield school, which is a shame on the government, not on the people. It is a blot against the government that people are still living in the school after 2 months of the hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
Those families should have been put in houses by now by the government. The government fall down.
Yeah.
So Ralston, with all of that still being the case, and it seems like the government is still on recess, when do we see a start? What should happen? And give the government some advice, Raleigh. Where we go from here?
Well, as I said, them should have started them things already. So we're gone at the first week. Them need to get the thing going as quickly as possible. I need to start with the building out of the housing, building back the infrastructure, so that the private sector can get a stimulus from that start, and then the private sector will start investing in the production of goods and services, agriculture, and all of those things. But the government needs to take the lead by rehabilitating the infrastructure. Just start with the housing and road infrastructure alone. That alone will provide a stimulus and get the private sector on its way. You have to complete the negotiations with the multilaterals as quickly as possible and start do the thing. Them have money them can start spend even before them complete the discussions with the multilateral agency. That's what them need to do right now.
But shouldn't they have a balance sheet right now to show the multilaterals that see here we spend $20 billion already. This is how we spend it. Come look at it. Isn't that what we should have had by now to show the multilateral and the multilaterals an example of what we have done with 20 or 30 billion dollars so far? What you talking about? Is this governance?
Yeah, man. This is the start that we have made. Yep, of course.
Wouldn't that look good?
Of course. And the man them that say, yeah, we're really serious. Yeah, man.
Let me take this caller here. Caller, good evening. Sorry about that. Have you holding for a while?
That's okay. I'm listening, Colin, because I definitely need to hear, because tonight something came to me from last night to today. And from first, it's about the Dennis Strong thing. I want to say something on it. Colin, Andrew Onis government, the team, them in a panic, all the decisions that they are making are panicked decisions because they are exposed, and it's not just to the Jamaica, the local, it is internationally in a collective and individual manner, And for example, when Dennis Strong came out on the interview and he laid out those straight processes, he exposed that he went in to do it, Because if somebody don't have that knowledge of the process and he have it to speak intimately about it, thinking he was trying to deflect, it backfired, because now he give the whole world the full process of what he could do and he couldn't do. If somebody tell you that, Colin, that means that he try. Either he complete the task of removing or expunging evidence or manipulating evidence that affect the prime minister, or it was incomplete. He didn't get to do it. And if he didn't get to do it, that's vindicate and validate the IC and the opposition and others when they said no to his put in that position. If he did complete it, the next thing it exposed that he has the ability to circumvent, and there was something there to circumvent. So put it in any form. Anyone with real insight and perception, him expose it. What the interviewer was doing is trying to make him look like him didn't have access to the prime minister's file. It's crap. It backfired. That one. So we don't. The prime minister is in a panic. He cannot make any decisions that are sound, that are meaningful, that can effectively do anything, even for down the Westmoreland into the affected areas.
Caller. I'd not going to keep Ralston too long this evening because I know Sir Ralston need to go get some rest. So I'm now keep Ralston for about more than 15 minutes. So if you don't have a question for him, I am asking you to give people who have a question for him an opportunity. And then at 6:30.
Okay, my question. Okay, thank you for saying that. So my question. Okay, yes, I have one question for Uncle Ralston. So the lady that just called about investing in Jamaica, it's Jamaica in this condition that it is in. Would you say it is ripe for investment? Rebuilding investment, would you say?
Hold on now, caller. Go ahead, Raleigh.
Yeah, based on what is happening, investors have a right to be skeptical about investing in Jamaica at this particular point in time, given what is taking place in the country. So, yeah, investors would be very skeptical about investing in Jamaica now.
But one of the questions she's asking, Raleigh, if it would be a good time, because I also believe that if the government was leading in the right way, it would be a good time to invest.
It would be a good time, of course, most certainly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yes, caller, it would be a good time to invest. But as Raleigh constantly said, private sectors and outside investors are watching the government to lead.
Okay, yes, Colin. So that's my 2 piece for tonight.
Thank you very much.
Give somebody else a chance.
So callers, viewers, listeners, we're not going to keep Ralston long. 15 minutes more. So we're taking questions for Ralston Hyman at this time. Anybody call now, me pause and allow your question to go through. Anybody have a question for Ralston? Because we know we beat hard and we are teaching and we are saying to all and sundry out there who cuss us and can't question the numbers. If there's something that you don't know and you want to know about Jamaica's economy, Ralston is the man. And if he can't tell it to you this evening, tomorrow evening he will tell you. But in most parts, I am telling you that he's going to tell you this evening. 876-804-7072. We said the numbers that we present are the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And there are no other numbers. So Ralston, I did ask you about the impact of the extraction of President Maduro out of Venezuela and this tension now that is there. What impact will that have on the Caribbean in general and on Jamaica?
Well, the thing is kind of uncertain now. What we know is that it will have a global impact. So the global environment will become more uncertain. And in terms of Jamaica, the relationship between Jamaica, USA, and China, it is going to have an impact. Take, for example, the Alpart. International aluminum prices are now at an all-time high. The Chinese own Alpart. The plant was shut down, and now is a good time to get the plant reopened.
Yes.
Is Jamaica going to ask the Chinese to reopen the plant at this particular point in time where aluminum prices are expected to go to $4,000 per metric ton come 2030? This year they are expecting it.
Go ahead, Riley. No, you go ahead.
This year prices are expected to reach $3,000 per metric ton.
That is what I was going to ask you, if aluminum price is not up right now.
Right. Up and away. Yeah,
when was the last time aluminum price was at this high? Was this high?
A long time ago.
So Jamaica should be reaping now.
Precisely.
We have a call. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, Mr. Bell and Mr. Ralston. This is my first time calling.
Oh, thank you so much.
I watch you all the time and usually comment, but I really enjoy the information that I get.
Thanks.
So I want to go back a little bit. The $150 million US that was given to JPS. I remember in Parliament, the Minister of Finance, when they asked as far as how, what entity is going to move the funds to JPS, as he said, the ministry.
Ministry of Finance.
So for clarification, is that Like when they're giving the funds to JPS, does that show straight coming from the operating account, or does it have to go to a bank? 'Cause, like, where is the money kept? So is it just show from the operating account, or it has to hit a bank and then JPS get the funds? I just wanted that to be clarified as far as how does that work? Because I'm curious as to the entity where the funds came from.
All right, listen to Raleigh now.
All right.
What was the question, Colin?
Oh, so the question is that the fact that the loan to JPS from the government is coming from the Ministry of Finance. She's saying that if it just come from an active account from the Ministry of Finance, or they have to put that money in a bank for JPS, and which bank?
No, man, I'm just transfer it to JPS's bank account.
So it has to go to JPS?
Yeah, man. Just transfer it to their bank account.
Oh, so the government didn't buy those trucks then?
No, JPS bought the trucks with the money.
And the government go deliver them again?
Yeah. We don't know the PR team, but come on, Colin, man. You don't know them something.
But I think what the caller is trying to find out is that which bank the government use, and is it safe to say that the two major banks in Jamaica have the largest amount of the government money?
Yeah, man.
So that's NCB and Scotiabank. Them have
yeah, man.
Most of the government.
And I presume that JPS's bank is Scotiabank, because Scotiabank is on JPS's building, so all of that.
And NCB get most of government fund. How does that work between the two banks? Is there a known percentage?
The two of them get most of the funds, man.
All right, another call for... We're taking calls for Ralston Hyman at this time. Go ahead, caller.
Yes. All right, Colin. Evening, Ralston.
Speak up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, me really have to listen at evening time and get educated in this thing, you know?
Yes.
All right. In terms of the truck, let me see. I believe that the trucks came with the workmen and going to go back when the workmen leave.
Well,
that's
no, Ralston is saying that, and when Ralston is reading from something at the news, saying that the trucks were bought out at the 150 million. Is that correct, Ralston?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Right.
So okay, thanks. Yeah,
right.
man. Bless up, you know. Bless up, man.
Blessings.
Yeah,
Ralston, I want to go back to Venezuela a little bit. And you're also talking about China's involvement in Jamaica. You never finish with that. Finish with that first.
Yeah, so when Donald said, China and Russia now around yourself. So the point I'm making to you, given the fact that aluminum prices are climbing, will Jamaica be reluctant to ask the Chinese man them to reopen the Alpart plant so that we can benefit more from the bauxite and alumina sector, given the fallout in foreign exchange from tourism and remittances and those things?
So it is ramping up production in the rare earth sector.
Yeah.
Hold on there. Go ahead, caller. Good evening.
Yeah, Colin.
Yes,
evening,
Marshall.
Colin. Evening, Ralston.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Question. How much money Jamaica owe Venezuela?
Well, we don't really owe them the money right now because them sell the debt and for 50 cents to the dollar. It was $3 billion in 2016 and them sell it for 1.5 billion.
Hold on, Raleigh. What about the money where Venezuela to get back off of the Petrojam deal?
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, based on what them going, a bad man thing that, so them not say we don't owe them nothing, a bad man thing.
So, no, but them no claim so them have it in an escrow or something like that. It's how much money it is?
Yes, $1 million. $1
million US?
Yeah, man.
A little bit of money.
Me think them to do a money. But little bit of money or not, bad man ask people for over them things. Me not accept that. Well, me think end up bigger money on that still.
1 million
US. Yeah, man.
Little bit of money.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Raleigh.
All right.
What will this do to the oil market?
Well, most of the experts say it's not going to have no impact on the oil market because although Venezuela have the largest proven reserves, over 300 billion barrels, right now Venezuela supply less than 1% of global oil demand. Yep.
So they're not meeting their capacity?
No. They used to produce 3 million barrels a day. Them way down now. So
but
really not have no significant effect.
The United States president say them are going to run Venezuela and them are take over the aisle and them are carrying them big company to do the aisle. So you don't think we'll get more aisle? Because when you listen President Trump in the press conference, it's about the oil. Don't be fooled.
Yeah,
So that it's on that premise I am asking you the question. If we're going to have a more stable oil market, you don't want more oil going pump?
No, well, you never see no more oil a pump for right now. Yeah, it'll take a whole heap of time and a whole heap of money to get the thing up. Because remember, say, Venezuela's oil infrastructure is almost destroyed.
I understand that, Raleigh. But if it's one country that have the money and the know-how, is the US.
Precisely. Well, all the experts then tell you, say, that now happen within 5 to 10 years.
All right, sir.
And that's why it now have no impact on the market right now. Yep.
All right, let me see if we have a question for you. Go ahead, caller. Welcome. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How was it?
Hold on for me. I think we had this call before. Go ahead, caller. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Ralston Hyman, we're taking calls for him.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'd like Raleigh to speak a little on the leaching and NCB thing. Thank you very much.
The leaching and the NCB saga. Somebody want to hear your talk on it, Raleigh.
Well, them say them want to pay the money the 26th of this month.
Leaching saying go and pay the money the 26th of this month.
Yeah, man.
And will he be selling his shares in NCB or no?
Well, him never state that all ma get the money, but him say I'll pay the money by the 26th.
I'll pay the money by the 26th.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we have another call. Good evening, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
And by the way,
hold on. Go ahead, Raleigh.
As a matter of clarification, nothing wrong with the bank. The bank is making a whole lot of money. This is a leaching problem. This is not an NCB problem.
Right,
so what happens is that leaching shares in NCB are declined. It's not that the bank is in decline.
Right.
Most people don't make the separation between leaching and the bank because he's the face of the bank.
Yes.
The bank has no problem. The bank is turning out a whole lot of profits, 36 billion at the end of last year, 23 billion attributable to shareholders. Bank making a whole lot of profit, but because of leaching this problem, people associate the two things together.
So we
have to make that clear distinction.
So am I correct to say the bank might be the solution to leaching problem?
Yeah. Because what he's doing is selling down some of his shares in the bank to pay off the debts.
Where is NCB on the stock exchange now? What are they selling at? What are they trading at?
Well, the last price was somewhere in the region of $52 range. Because people associate his problems with the bank, and as a result of that, people are selling down the shares. So the price of the shares is not reflecting the profits that the bank is making.
So the bank,
I wonder if you follow me.
NCB is seeing profit of $30 billion, you say?
36 billion.
And where's Scotia?
Scotia, 23 billion.
So NCB is doing even way
much better
than Scotia.
Much better than Scotia, yeah, man.
So yeah. I told Obi today that there's no issue with NCB.
No.
Leaching as a businessman have other businesses, Portland, FX, and
yeah, man, all those things.
My business are Barbados.
Specialty coffee and all of them.
Right. So there are other things where he own were in a problem. Yes. He borrow money and he's to pay back the money now, and the money is not there. So he might have to sell NCB shares to pay off the money. Or more. Right. So then he might no longer be the majority shareholder in NCB.
Yeah. Simple.
Is that likely to happen soon, Ralston?
Well, I think if you can find the money elsewhere, then that will be the problem. But him give the impression that he can find it elsewhere. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm there. Huh?
Yeah, man, go ahead.
All right. So, it's regard the truck them.
The truck them?
You know, I don't think the truck them was bought. Because the truck them, what I see when them are travel down, I will look it pan a brother thing. And appear white man are drive them.
No, there are two different sets of trucks, There are some that come with the linesman, them they all go back. But there was a set of truck over the weekend rally.
Yeah, man.
The end of last week that was handed over by the Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, and the Energy Minister to JPS.
Yeah,
and what Raleigh is saying, coming out of some news release, is that those trucks were bought from the $150 million loan.
Yeah, okay. Cause them truck they did something like Moors or something like that. Moors electrical.
It's two different sets of trucks.
Okay.
You have the ones that come that is gonna go back. And then there's this set that the government handed over. They said it was a handing over of trucks to JPS.
Okay. Anyway, I want another part to it, but this is not for Ralston, so I have to call back.
Yeah, man, call me back because Ralston we now keep Ralston too long. We're taking 1 or 2 more calls maximum before we make Ralston go get some rest in the evening now. 876.
All right, Colin, so hear this now.
Yeah.
AIC Barbados, that's leasing company,
yes,
has formally confirmed its obligation to make principal and interest payments in January. Total $94 million to bondholders following weeks of tension and public ultimatum issued by the investors. We confirm that both payments will be made as a single payment of $94 million no later than Monday, the 26th of January 2026, according to a letter from AIC addressed to the Jamaica Central Securities Depository Trustee Services Limited.
So that
in the letter issued on Wednesday, Michael Leach indicated that the figure reflects the combined outstanding interest of $19 million and the first principal payment of $75 million, both originally due on December 31. The letter made no mention of the source of funds, whether from the sale of assets, debt, or shares in NCB Financial, which have been pledged as collateral for the bond.
So AIC Barbados will pay that payment, that due payment.
Yeah, man.
So
that's it.
And there's no mention of where the funds will come from. There's no mention of source of funds.
No. And then here this thing now, what that it's important to people know. AIC Barbados, right?
Yes.
They have been shifted from owning 53% of the bank in 2019 to 52.1% in 2020. Then it went back up to 52.6% in 2021, 52.7% in 2022, then declining to 55.1% in 2023, and to 47.5% in 2024.
That's
so
AIC Barbados.
Yeah, which is leaching. That is the selling down of his shares in order to pay. Right. Then gone down from 53 to 47.
But he's still the single largest shareholder, is it?
Largest shareholder.
Right.
Correct. Simple.
But if there's a coming together of some people,
yeah,
then
correct,
they might be able to. But
yeah.
but the main thing is that the bank is stable.
Yeah, so the danger is not for the bank. The danger is for him losing control and interest in the bank. So that's why the people to get that clear. Yep.
Yes. All right. Raleigh, if there's anything else you want to add before you left.
Up and running, Colin.
You're good.
Yeah, man, up and running, man. Then people don't stay around with for long, man.
All right, sir.
Up and running, man.
So Raleigh saying willing to stay with some more. So anybody who have a call can give us a call. We have the professor, the #1 financial analyst in Jamaica and the Caribbean on Portland Spice TV this evening. Ralston Hyman is talking to us about the Jamaican economy. Yeah, I hear some people, Mr. Ralston, saying that Jamaica would be at dire straits if the PNP was in government now with the holding on of Madura. What connection would there be different with the PNP and Venezuela from a GLP government right now?
We don't understand why them say that being dire straits. Why? They need to explain to you why them say that.
Their argument is that a PNP administration have closer ties with Venezuela, and that is true.
Mm-hmm.
But what?
Yeah, so why would we be in dire straits?
No, because maybe they not come through it too.
For what? Rubbish.
Just absolutely some rubbish argument that them out there make and talk a lot of foolishness. the Venezuelan people and the Venezuelan government, Ralston. You were mentioning it when Marcia asked you the question. But talk to the people about Venezuela's contribution to Jamaica getting back on a solid economic ground after the destruction between 2010 and 2011 by the GLP.
Venezuela sold Jamaica $3 billion in debt on a Petrocaribe for 1.5 billion US dollars. That helped Jamaica to reduce its debt to GDP ratio from the 147% to which the JLP carried it in 2012 to 120%. That's the largest single shaving off of the debt to GDP ratio with one go. Venezuela helped Jamaica to do that. That's the largest bilateral assistance that Jamaica has ever gotten.
From any country at all?
From any country, including the USA.
Came from Venezuela.
Any country.
But it didn't just stop there, Ralston. This Petro-Carib agreement.
It saved us when oil prices jumped to $147 per barrel.
Talk to them.
Yes.
Talk to them.
So I mean, without that, the Jamaican economy would have been blown up. Yep, because we couldn't afford oil at that time. Yep. So it is that saved us during the crisis when oil prices were at $147 per barrel. Yep. And then they, in turn, again, after doing that, the man them still turn back and sell with the same debt that would build up. Because what them do, them say you pay us 60%, and then you use the 40% as a long-term loan. And the same long-term loan, them come back and sell it for half of the value.
And they were also ready to invest in the expansion of Petrojam.
Expand the Petrojam refinery, yeah, man.
And what that would have done for us, really?
Well, that would have given Petrojam a greater refining capacity, less cost per unit, and it means that the fuel would have been cheaper.
And we did not do that.
No, we take on the man them things.
And we saw deals came after that where we are now selling refined petroleum to Trinidad.
So you see the big difference that would have made. Because I could have done more refining at a lower price.
And what would that do for the for export and foreign exchange earnings?
That will help us to generate more foreign exchange, cut the trade deficit, and reduce the necessity for the Bank of Jamaica intervene in the foreign exchange market soft in order to stabilize the dollar.
Ryan Brown is saying that NCB closed trading today at $38.97.
Okay.
But that's still not bad enough, Ryan, but I remember a time NCB was over $100, don't rally?
Yeah, but what I said to you, Colin, the share price is not consistent to the performance of the bank. And I'm saying to you...
Hold on, because of lack of confidence.
Yeah, precisely. And that confidence has to do with Leaching's problem. That is what the people are not making the separation. It has to do with Leaching's problem. And because he's the face of the bank, people believe, say, yo, NCB a mash up because Leaching in trouble. No, go up.
It is not true.
No.
But
so the bank is not in trouble. It is Leaching who is in trouble of losing full control of the bank.
There you go. I have made that clear. But I want to twin that to the government rally and what leadership, lack of confidence in leadership can do to your character or your shares out there.
Yep.
The fact that we have a prime minister whose statutory filing is not certified and a minister of finance was not shown the competence. How then will the government attract $2.4 billion in private sector investment?
Very good question. Because last year, foreign direct investments came out at $304 million from almost $1 billion in 2016. You know?
Yes. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah.
And why is that? Why is that so?
Confidence.
And you said in 2016 it was $1 billion.
Yeah.
$1 billion in foreign direct investment. Last year, it was 300 odd million.
A significant drop.
And that has been constantly going down since 2016, I suppose.
Yeah, man. So what you expect in this environment that is so uncertain, this uncertain global environment, and then with the lack of confidence in the finance minister's ability and all of that, what do you expect? It's going to be very difficult.
What is the importance of the Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance being certified by the Integrity Commission? What is the importance of that?
Very, very, very important. Those people must be above board. Yep. From a signaling point of view, it sends a very important signal to the market because those are the two key officials in the country. Yeah, number one and number two.
And the fact that number one has not been certified for 4, almost going 5 years now.
Big problem.
But
big problem.
What failures would you attribute that to? What has that caused so far, if anything?
What? Repeat the question.
What has the lack of certification by the Prime Minister, what disadvantage has that put us at since that time till now, if any?
Well, certainly that must affect investor confidence, man.
Well, I want to hear it, Raleigh.
Yeah, man, that's affecting investor confidence. The people in Jamaica may pretend that is not a big thing, but to the people outside the investing community, that's a big problem. That's a big problem.
And the government of Jamaica is now being put to the test. People, let me say this. Because the test is, if you can't find investors to pick up that $2.4 billion, what is that going to show?
Yep, you have a problem. Have a big problem.
Serious
big
discussion.
Problem.
Let me take this call. Hello, good evening,
Big
caller.
problem.
Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yeah, hello, good evening.
Yes.
Yeah, well, good evening, Mr. Bell. Good evening, Ralston.
Never.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in person.
Big up. And thanks for calling.
Yeah, all the best to you for the new year.
Same to you, my brother.
Ralston, and all the best to you for the good new year.
Yes, sir.
Ralston, I want you to look at two statistics for me. What is the per capita income of Jamaica?
7,000.
10,000. 7,000 US.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is the per capita debt? Like how them borrow so much money the other day. What is the per capita debt?
Yeah, well, we have to calculate that, sir.
You have to work that out, Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
No, but when you look at the per capita income and the per capita debt, it's supposed to be frightening, you know.
Have you worked it out?
Yeah, man.
You're an accountant.
A massive gap.
I don't know the national debt.
Well, Raleigh, we need to know that tomorrow.
Ralston.
Yeah, man.
That is a research. That is something that we need to know.
Ralston, you know, one of the things that I think the people need to pressure the finance ministry to do, create a debt clock. A clock for the national debt. So that we can see it on the social media.
Man. Like we have in our industrial countries, in London and them places. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we need that.
Yep.
Because I want to ask you a question. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask you still. Why the GLP government wouldn't employ you as a consultant? You, Ralston, man.
Man, they never do that, man.
Well, we are encouraging them to do that in a level.
You think they don't like you, Ralston, or they don't want you to see certain figures in the books or what? What is happening?
Yeah, answer that, never.
Never.
You can't answer that.
Never. They don't need to like the man. If the man have talent and the man can assist the country, the man is an asset to the country, they must call in the man and deal with the man.
Exactly.
It is time.
It's not the people.
It is time
it's not
for
the people
Prime
must
Minister.
talk about it.
it is time for Prime Minister Andrew Holness to put on him big man pants, him governance pants, and find the best talent and the best minds to help him to run the country. It's not
So,
about
Ralston,
politics, governance time.
Governance time, Ralston.
Yeah, the per
About
capita
how
debt
many
is
people
5.
don't have a livable pension in Jamaica?
Hold on, Neville.
What
Ralston,
fraction of
find.
your workforce?
Hold on, Neville. Ralston, find the answer to your question. Talk to her, Ralston.
Thank you.
Yeah, the per capita debt right now before Melissa is 5,183.
5,183. So every Jamaican owe $5,183 US?
US dollar. Yeah.
Per year?
Yeah, man.
Right now.
Right now.
So when you subtract that from the per capita income, we're not there nowhere. We can't retire, Ralston.
1,800.
So we can't retire. We can't retire.
No, you can't live off of that.
Pardon me? Hello?
Can't live off of that.
Raleigh said we can't live off of that.
Ralston, when we do my income statement for last year, my utilities bills alone is approximately 360,000.
Yeah.
For the year, utilities bill. My food bill.
Yeah.
Is approximately 900,000 a year for last year. So we can't retire with the country in this state.
On it.
Sorry about that, Neville. No, you can't retire yet.
No, sir. You have to work. Yeah, man.
Based on current statistics, what fraction of the population in Jamaica cannot live off of the pension that they're getting right now?
Repeat that.
What fraction in Jamaica is unable to live off the pension that they are getting?
Yeah, because most people don't have a pension.
Know, because right now, by the way, only 12.5% of everybody that work in Jamaica have a pension.
12.5%.
12.5%
of all the working class people in Jamaica.
All the working class
the
people.
low unemployment. The 3.4% unemployment.
Yep.
Only 12.5% of pension.
Yep.
How much have an insurance?
Huh?
How many have an insurance?
No, for sure about the insurance thing, but pension only 12.5%.
Wow. Wow.
Ralston.
So there's no proper social security coverage. It's very frightening.
So, hold on, Raleigh. Hold on there. Make a look at this seriously. You have an unemployment population of 3.4%. That is almost full employment, right?
Yeah, man.
And you are saying that only 12% when they get to a pensionable age.
Yeah, man. Have a pension.
I'll call it 13% then. 13%. Yeah.
That's why we have this program that we push the whole thing about pension every Monday morning with Peter Rosal.
So people can go in and deal with your own pension. You don't have to wait for government.
Yeah, man. You don't have to wait for government. You can open your individual retirement account. People not take them things serious. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't have nothing
people not take them things serious. It's a big mistake. Yeah.
So, hold on, Raleigh. Why is it then? What happened to NIS pension? Why they don't have NIS pension? Are you saying?
Because I want for people that enroll in a NIS.
So you are saying to us, of all the people employing Jamaica, a good 87% of them not paying NIS?
No, no pension, none at all.
Me box.
Ralston.
Stuff, yes.
Ralston.
Man, that's why we have this program every Monday morning when we talk about pension.
Hello, somebody.
Retirement, yep.
Mr. Iman, you definitely going to be part of this government structure. The Jamaican people need to be financial literate this year.
Yeah, man, it's true. Very important.
That is one of our... Colin Bell.
Yes, sir.
One of the missions of your program right now...
Yes.
...will be financial literacy.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
That's why we have Ralston here so often.
Yes.
Ralston is here almost every time we are on, you know.
Because look here, you see, with
Oh,
every
the young.
death of the male, the African male,
the
people them need to realize that anytime the African male or the African people lose their hegemony in Jamaica, we're going back into slavery.
Yep.
What is them hegemony? Tell them what is the hegemony.
The power that we have.
But we're giving it away, never and selling it.
Yeah, because when I look at the county of Cornwall, when slavery was abolished in 1834, the slave masters at the time tell England that they can't give up none of their slaves until they get paid. And they got paid in 1838. And they run the slave off the land, you know, and come fast forward to Melissa. Melissa mash up the county of Cornwall. And most of the people in Cornwall don't even own a square of the land. Yet we get political independence in 1962.
Well,
that tell me that the politicians don't care about the people's well-being.
Well, this is a perfect opportunity for the government of the day to give the people them land.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Perfect opportunity. Without any delay.
And make it be the repatriation that we're looking for.
Land reparation, we call it. The beginning of reparation. Giving your people who are in need of land, give them land.
To be continued here.
A minimum of a square and a half. Big up yourself.
Big up on yourself, Ralston. I love you.
All right, brother. Blessings. Yeah, man.
Raleigh.
Yo, Colin.
Yeah.
NCB.
Yes.
Back to NCB.
Yes.
Generated consolidated net profits of 36.9 billion and profits attributable to stockholders of 23 billion during the year ended September 30 of this year. Yep.
Yes.
The total equity 254.3 billion. Total assets 2.41 trillion. Follow me?
Yes.
Earnings per share 9.59 billion.
Yes.
Return on assets 1.56 billion. Return on equity 12.46 billion. So the bank is very sound.
So we say NCB solid as a rock.
Solid as a rock. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right,
yep.
sir. Caller, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Evening. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Oh. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Somebody asked a question earlier. I don't know if it's a caller before me.
Mm-hmm.
Why them don't employ Ralston? Let's remember, the Jamaica Labour Party don't want bright people, man.
No, Jamaica needs the bright people. To hell with the Labour Party.
The
Labour Party, listen. The Labour Party did their work on the 3rd of September. Shoo to the Labour Party now. Time for governance.
Yes, sir.
So Andrew and Faval and the whole of them must put on them big people clothes now, them Jamaican clothes. Them say choose Jamaica, they must choose Jamaica now. Them say all hands on deck. You need people with the know-how, with the capacity to analyze the economy and tell you the truth and make suggestions to you. So it's not the Labour Party that needs Ralston Hyman. It's Jamaica.
Yeah, but them not see it that way there. And remember, if you believe in the good book, it's a pride go before a fall. Them get fall because them full of too much pride.
That is what we've been saying here. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Anyway, I yield back. Big up yourself. Respect and respect Ralston Hyman.
One love.
Yeah?
Yes,
all right, blessed, brother. Yeah, man.
Ralston Hyman was the biggest critic of Omar Davis.
Yeah,
and
man.
if you was criticizing Omar Davis, it means you were criticizing the PNP.
Yeah, man.
Because it's not Omar alone you did not criticize.
Policies.
You were criticizing the policies of the PGA Patterson-led administration. To what extent,
yeah,
Ralston?
Yeah, man.
Where were you then? Some of the shows that you used to appear on. Tell us.
Multi-Perkins used to call me every single day.
Every day, like how me call you every day?
Yeah, Cliff Hughes used to call me every single day.
Talk to me.
Yep.
And that time, when you used to beat the government,
Yeah, man.
Because you were of the opinion that Omar Davis was keeping the high interest rate for too long.
Too long. Yeah, man. Yep.
And you were also criticizing the level of growth.
Yep. Same thing.
But when the country got in problems in 2011 and the PNP came back to power, Peter Phillips and Portia put on them big people clothes.
Yeah, man.
And what happened?
Yep. And Colin.
They called you.
Yeah, man.
Because like suggested to this government, a broad-based committee to oversee the whole thing was needed.
Yeah.
And who else them call? Tell us.
And it worked successfully. The governor of the Bank of Jamaica, Keith Duncan, who is now a JLP senator, Senator Norman Grant, people like William Mahfood, Chris Zaka, Eileen Davis White from the trade union movement, all those people.
All right, so hear this, Ralston. We are naming you to the NARA. Ralston Hyman to the NARA committee. Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Chris.
But by the way,
hold on, Chris. Go ahead, Raleigh.
You know what I'm saying? When the man them come in 2016, me was the first man the man them tried to get off of the epoch.
Where say as them come in and try dash you off of the epoch?
Yeah, man.
Rubbish. And you were on the epoch until when? When it finished the other day?
Yeah, man.
Okay. But how often the epoch used to meet, and how many times did you meet with the government itself? Or the epoch never met with the government?
No, well, the epoch never met with the government. We basically met with the IMF people and the governor of the Bank of Jamaica and the people from the Ministry of Finance.
And how many times you met during this JLP administration? Was it still active?
After a while, it became watered down because here's the problem. Most of the problems were done after Peter Phillips, so the thing just became symbolic.
Right, it's just to monitor now.
Yeah, man, they never had no big problem to solve because Peter Phillips had done solve all of the problem already.
And set everything in train.
Yeah.
And them
so the IMF used to come. First time the IMF used to come quarterly and everything. Now, after Peter Phillips gone, them only come every 6 months.
Okay. Because the fiscal rules were in place and them have to keep maintaining that.
Yeah, man, the heavy lifting was done.
Chris, go ahead.
Good evening, Ralston. Good evening, Colin. Hey, let me say this.
Good evening.
One of the reasons I've always respected Ralston, and I've been following him over the years, is that he's nobody's mouthpiece. And I remember when the PNP had a fall, he would irritate the PNP. I remember those years. And him call out what him think wasn't right, and that's a sign of a person with, principle. So they don't want people like this around because for parochial politics that we practice in Jamaica, it's just mouthpiece. Them one.
Yeah.
You have to toe the line. You understand? And another thing, the caller before was saying about black people and economics. In the 63 years of independence, black people have never had economic power in Jamaica. Never.
Yep. Never.
We sit at the foot of the table open for the crumbs, and we are satisfied with the crumbs. That's why when Mark Golden come and saying we give them land, them never have no interest in a land or education because we are satisfied with crumbs. And the perception of wealth is not wealth. Jamaicans need to know the difference. Just because you have a car that is not a thing that appreciate. It's going down in value. So you think you're rich because you're driving a car. You're just in debt. You'd have to know the difference.
You're spot on,
we have to change our mindset. And that's why we need Ralston around. And I hope you stay around, Ralston, and educate the people. Okay?
Yeah,
because we are such a dunce set of people when it comes to economics. We know nothing about economics. We don't know nothing about wealth. Black people is delusional when it comes to wealth. We have the least amount of money, and we act like we have the most money in the world. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's spot on.
You know, We just consume everything everybody makes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what do we
yes.
sell?
And then the government support consumption as well.
Yeah, man.
Right,
That-
because
that's
a
the bad
right-wing
part of it.
government, hey, Colin, a right-wing government, is all about trickle-down economics,
Yeah, man.
So they go
Yeah,
and take
man.
care of the
Yeah, man.
top part of the economy.
I hope that
Yeah.
something trickle down to the man on the bottom.
No, bottom. Yeah, man.
Exactly.
And
Exactly. If a man get a pro box, him think he might make progress, so him not interested in education and them things. They cannot take too long.
Chris,
And they know these things about us.
I'm going to give Ralston a joke. There was a man who used to operate him thing on Blue Lagoon, and he used to run raft and boat. And the man them stop them from do the boat and the rafting, and give him 2 kayak, and him have to hide when police are come, and him still feel good enough.
Yes, that's the crumbs.
Yeah, man,
We just satisfied with the
a
crumbs.
man reduce you from making $100,000 a day to sometime be making $1,000 and you're still happy with it. It's crazy, my brother.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Chris is
gentlemen.
right, man.
Blessings.
Spot on, Chris. Blessed, Chris. Yeah, man.
So, Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
Hold on, we have our next caller here. Yes, caller. Good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yeah, good evening, Colin.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, more ask Ralston too. As the head of the FID, you see, every report and everything where you do not have to report, not have to bring to you.
Should.
Yeah, but that means Dennis Strong interview is a bag of garbage.
Well, the man say him recruits himself from any issue to do with the Prime Minister.
Yeah, because he might say them before him could have suggested them and tell him say him not take no part in this investigation.
Them not share.
Right? That means say right? And you are the head. It's like you are the principal from the school and the teacher. I tell you what him are doing now, involved.
Yeah, man. Madness, man.
Right?
One thing on madness.
But Carla,
So-
that's why we all said at the beginning that Dennis Strong should not lead the FID.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
He man no make no sense. And the man even when them ask him about the investigation, him say and his power, his vice. He might tell you like the investigator them say no, he might not the more important or the most.
No, what he's saying.
I know him at the top then.
No,
the investigator them.
No, that's not what he said.
He don't make no
hold
sense
on.
what him say. He just go on the radio go make himself an idiot.
Ralston, the man say him is not the expert on the interview and the investigation. So he have to listen to his subjects, his workers. And that's what we were saying before. Dennis Strong never have the technical competence. So if you
that's
put him
why
at the
part
end,
of the requirement. That's why part of the requirement need an investigating
somebody will have
background.
Yes. So
you
Ralston,
know see it and him.
Caller, Ralston, you know what I pick up out of this? Then put Dennis Strong at the FID if you weaken the FID, brother.
Yeah, man.
When you listen to Dennis' interview, you realize that them just put somebody there because Peter Bunting did come out about 2-3 months before and said the FID is understaffed and it was deliberate. So them just give somebody the job and make a money.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't adding to the competence and the capacity of the FID when you listen to Dennis Strong.
No, and we all knew that.
Yeah, because Dennis Strong interview just show say he's there, but him not know what go on.
And him can't manage the job.
Yeah, man.
I don't that me want to find out because I think say if you are the head of the FID and the rest of your below you now corporate, I think you'd have the power for hire or fire. Not even say hire, because you might have to go through on board for hire, but for fire, if you now be with me, I say you now cooperate with me. We must can fire you if me at the head.
And not just that, you should be able to add something to an investigation. That's why that's why the requirements had called for 10 years in some kind of law enforcement
investigative
and 5 years at a senior position.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, man.
It's about
and you give me a job now when me just Boy, this is funny.
Very. All right, sir.
So and that me just want to get Ralston to ask him because me think saying would have the power for hire and fire and all these things in my head.
No make no sense.
All right.
No make sense.
Yeah, Raleigh. This was a deliberate act of weakening the FID?
Yeah, man.
Because
Yeah, man.
everybody you employ in these high positions should add capacity to the institution. So it's supposed to go.
Of course. To make it stronger. Yeah, man.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Final call for the evening. Hello, good evening.
It's Mr. Bell, I'm here again.
Yeah.
Just want to ask a question on the NIS.
Pan the who?
The NIS thing.
The NIS, go ahead.
It's a national insurance scheme, right?
Yes.
They collect people money over the years.
Well, some people are collecting it, some people are not. And it's obviously sound like not enough people collecting it and paying it over.
Yeah, but what they ask Mr. Ralston if believe we should have benefit. We should have benefit from it. Not until we sick and are dead before we can benefit. And no for them, no for we not benefit from it because we are dead before.
All right, let me ask Ralston. Ralston, why is it that more people are not paying in on the NIS? Because that would provide you with some level of pension, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Well, what I'm doing right now, because the last actuarial review that was done was for a drive to encourage and to bring more people into the scheme.
Yes.
We don't see that happening because still not enough people are enrolling in the scheme. So we need to go out and market the scheme more to people and get more people, even the self-employed people, into the scheme.
Isn't it a compulsory that you should pay your NIS and your NHT? Aren't these compulsory once you are earning what?
If I work formally.
Once you're working formally. NIS.
Yeah, one to the people.
NHT.
One to the people who not work formally. A whole lot of those people are out of the thing. So you have two problems. You have the one them when people collect the people and thing, not pay it over.
Yes.
And you have the problem where the people in the informal sector. Now bother with the NIS.
And it's not difficult either.
No.
But it's just the producer is saying that the NIS is not doing their job, but it's just the NIS or the government should ensure that this happens.
Well, the member said the NIS is a department of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
Yes.
So the owners fall on the government, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
This is something we have to look at seriously, Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
And as you say, you have a program every Monday that deals with pension,
retirement planning.
Planning. We have to take up some eye to Raleigh.
Seriously, man. Especially the young people. Because the young people, them figures so them have enough time. Not realizing, say, the longer you take, the more problems you have. Because if you start early, you will have more money compounded. Yeah?
Yes.
So that when you retire,
because
some people believe
it's not only NIS offers pension.
No. All of the banks, them and the financial institutions have what we call individual retirement accounts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's a good note to end on, people. It's serious.
Yeah, man.
12.5% of Jamaica's working population have pension plan.
Yeah, man.
87% of the people who are working in Jamaica does not have a retirement plan.
Terrible, man.
The
sign of poverty.
What percentage of Jamaica's working population is over 50?
That's what that's that.
Because
I get that here.
Because if you look at that and so much people over 50 don't have a pension plan, it's serious, really.
It's a big problem, man. Only 13% is a big problem, Colin. Big problem.
See it.
Big problem, man.
Anyway, Ralston, we're wrapping up. Anything you want to leave with the people in the final?
Well, always said to the people is that we have to advocate for the administration to get the recovery process underway now.
Yes.
Because this year, Colin, is going to be a tough year, not only in Jamaica, but remember, I said Jamaica is a small country where the things that happen outside of Jamaica have a greater impact on what is happening in Jamaica.
Yes.
So all them multilateral funding and all of them private investments that we're talking about, the quicker we can get them locked in, the better.
Yes.
Because the geopolitical environment is completely uncertain, right? So nobody can right now see where this Trump Maduro thing will end up. Because right now Xi Jinping must have said to himself, say, yo, so a time for me to take Taiwan now.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And
get the
Putin
point.
has say a time for me hold on for the boy Zelensky, you know.
Zelensky now, you get the point what me I make. You get the point. So the whole thing getting very volatile. So the quicker you move, the better.
Because Rubio a elbow Trump and say, well, you're not dealing with Cuba for me.
Cuba, you get the point, what I make. Yep. So the US has opened a whole can of worms internationally. So we need to move quickly.
Rally, give thanks, my brother. We talk tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
One love.
All right, brother.
Yes,
That's
man.
it. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
People, Ralston man. Top economic financial analyst. Yes, Carla.
Isabel, I think the pension thing is not that much, you know.
Why?
So I think it should, them should make the thing can assist you. And most of we start feeling sick 40, 50, 60. We need to risk little sick get pension.
Yeah, but hold on.
It's supposed to assist you with a eye test or any other test.
Yeah,
and
man.
all of them things pertaining to your health.
That's why you hear me ask Ralston also about insurance. What percentage of our working population have health insurance or life insurance, any kind of insurance? Because a lot of people don't have that either.
Right.
So we have to start look. We have to start look, brother. We have to get
government,
serious.
the government, the leader, them not do nothing for the people. All of them things, and then just take your money and grab it. That's all.
Serious time, winner, but tomorrow evening we're doing it again, all right?
All right, my boss.
Blessings. To all my listeners and viewers, give me a thumbs up, no man. Give me a thumbs up. Touch a thumbs up. Like up the video. Share this channel. Become a Portland Spice ambassador. Share this channel with as much people as you can. And Madam Producer, seriously, we'll start talk about pension. And see if we can bring on some people to talk about pension. Yeah, because it is critical that you have a pension plan. Because some of us will not live past a certain age, but some of us will live a long and fruitful life. And when you stop working, you need to have something to fall back on. You need to have something that come your way. So put a little thing together. Tomorrow evening, we intend to have Fitz Jackson with us right here on Portland Spice TV. Want to thank all my listeners and viewers and subscribers. Yeah, man, Ralston is on Power 106 every weekday, Mondays to Fridays, from 9 a.m. until 11. Real business. And then you can find him right here almost every time we are on. We invite Ralston to talk to the people because we know that financial literacy is critical. It is the financial illiteracy why you have so many people out there talking so many crap. Talking about a government that is doing well, that your money now move. You're making less money every day, falling deeper into a financial quagmire. And a lot of people don't understand it. That's why I see a little man on social media say, yo, favor grow the economy by 5.1%. Sorry for the fellow. Somebody send him over here to come get some economic knowledge. Yes, sir. Wagwan.
All right, Colin.
Yeah.
I look at my payslip and I pay PAYE, NIS, NHT, education tax. But yet when you look down the other box, it's a pension, it's a zero.
NIS we give you a little pension, but that can't beat here, my brother. We have to do better than that. Because that little pension from NIS is not enough. So those of us who are young and strong and work hard now, put away something. Put away something.
All right.
You have whole heap of pension program.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Some viewers and listeners, that is it. Until we meet with you tomorrow evening, may the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet tomorrow evening. One love.
Join us then.